Hello everyone, welcome back to Mabu College. My name is Mabu Nakagawa. This is the second half of how to stop binge eating. If you haven't watched the first half, please go back and watch it before you move on. Check out the link in the description just down below. If you miss it, you will understand today's content. So please watch part 1. Sounds fair enough? Alright. Now, as we just talked about how to change your eating routine, we should avoid eating so quickly. Reduce your focus on junk food or snacks you are eating between meal and meal. And we just went through the basic knowledge of how to change your unhealthy life. This time, we're gonna be looking through each segment of 4 common bad eating habits. We already covered the first tips about how to eat in the first half, and we now jump into the next one. Let me review one more time, just in case you guys forgot, folks. Seeing from your daily eating habits, you are getting pounds because you tend to eat more than certain amount of time intake a day. That's why you guys are overweight. Well, we know the binge eating is a bad sign of lifestyle disease, but the point is that we need to focus on how. How are you guys gonna be able to avoid overeating every day in Japan? Because it's super hard not to overeat Japanese cuisine. You know it. If you can control your old eating habits, you don't need to go to the hospital to see a doctor. Otherwise, our health insurance is gonna be a garbage. Only if we didn't overeat, we'd see a lot of benefits to enjoy our life. Do you guys agree with me? Yeah, I know, yes you do. That's something even 4-year-old infants can understand, right? What are you gonna have to do then? Step 1. When you eat lunch or dinner, take 20 minutes to eat the food through chewing. If you can't, put the fork and knife aside once, take your smartphone for a minute and go back to eat again. That's step 1. Step 2. Reduce the frequency of snack between meals. Better yet, you could eat a sugar-free gum or a pack of cracker instead. When you take a short break, have some conversations with your coworkers or someone in your team. If there is no one else to chat with you, stretch out. 5 minutes, folks. Just 5 minutes. You can just stand up, get the hell out of office, and take a walk for 5 minutes. That would be great too. By doing so, you can distract your attention or interest in your appetite. I swear to God, they are super effective for you. Okay? Try once. So, what's more about bad eating behavior? That's right. This is the next step I wanna share with you. Here we go. A feeling of guilt. What is that supposed to mean? Remember I said nice, kind, and helpful people with a heart of gold tend to be fat, diabetics, or sick of lifestyle disease. They are pretty similar to the ones who have a lot of kids though. So let's say you have 3 kids, okay? You are a mother of 2 boys and 1 daughter, for example. Your kids have too many leftovers. You don't want to throw them away after kids remained too much food because they are wasting. In Japanese tradition, by the way, since the post-war, we have been educated not to waste the food after a meal. Even when I got so full, my mom would have forced me to finish up eating because she didn't want to have wasteful leftovers. And when I eat them all, she praised me. That's why I believed eating a lot and completely was a good behavior. But as we grew up and our lifestyle was westernized, everything hasn't been changed. Now, we are wealthy in plenty of food, water, and entertainment anytime, anywhere. We are wealthy. We became wealthy. We don't have to stick to saving foods in storage anymore. Generally, we don't want to worry about the food storage. Even when we had a big tsunami earthquake that hit Japan 10 years ago, we didn't have a serious issue with the food supply. That's why for the recent decades, young people tend to have too many leftovers when they are eating, when they finish eating at a restaurant. For example, In my case scenario, I used to go to McDonald's many times a week and ordered sandwiches, French fries, and apple pie, but I never ordered soda. You know why? Because soda contains too much sugar. That would be a very fast step to reduce the amount of food. For another example, if you are also a McDonald's lover, you can gradually reduce the frequency of visiting there, like every 4 days, from every day to 4 days a week, once a week, twice a month, and none. In the meantime, you can only order the regular sandwich, and if it's not enough for you, you may add a cup of coffee with no sugar later. Likewise, you start eating a small portion of food first, and then make additional order once you finish eating. But somehow people make a bulk of orders at once. I don't know why. Maybe for saving time to take another order, but that's not smart approach to lose your weight, right? At least I can say that take one by one order, and you can then apply this same concept when making mixed dishes. Try scrolling down the portion of other food you eat and fill the rest of your plate with vegetables so that you can make them lower in calories. That's another option. Yeah, there's a more available options for you, and I'm giving you the only few of example of them. It's up to you if you liked it, but please try once at your best effort. In case you go hang out with a group of your friends to eat dinner at a restaurant, you are better off to share the dishes with them in advance. Once bulk of dishes are served on your plate, you start sharing for them before you actually eat. Wouldn't that be a great idea? So what happens is that let's say you order your favorite food for yourself. It doesn't matter what it is, like a whole pizza, a Chinese hot pot, and whatever big it is. You look at the food and you realize the volume of the food is too much for you. Then you would rather start sharing with your friend in advance than you actually eat at first. Because if you actually eat before sharing, people think it's dirty to be shared after you pick at the food with your chopsticks. So if you share your favorite food and recommend them with hospitality, they'll think it's kind of you are so sweet. Most likely they treat you with respect, right? Yeah, that's a strength of sharing in advance. So in terms of communication skills with others, sharing before you eat is a great idea. I might have reviewed pretty much same story about the food loss back in the last video with restaurant management. It's always good to reduce or minimize wasteful leftovers. If you optimize the food management, as I told you before, I think you'll be knowledgeable. Okay? Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, let's move on to the next topic then. The next bad eating behavior I'm gonna focus on is the one with the feeling of release coming from all kinds of obligations. This is quite an annoying habit to be modified because anyone can get deep into it. Once you get too stressful of your work, I don't know, maybe your friend, family matter, financial issue, and whatever you put too much pressure on you, you wanna be free. You want to get the hell out of here and go have drinking beer, right? Yeah, because you are so stressful. If you are the one who always escaping from reality, same here. I'm with you, but not to worry. Anyone can hang over and get drunk and go crazy. Fortunately, I could stop drinking. Well, technically I still do, but maybe a glass of beer once a week or no. I think that's enough. At least not a crazy amount of alcohol. At least I can tell you that I'm having pretty decent life with no alcohol addiction. Whatever the reason you have, stress can lead to overeating. Especially chronic stress drives up the levels of a hormone that increases appetite. By doing so, you have no other way but to keep eating a lot. That's obviously a bad eating behavior, right? My advice of preventing from over drinking is that you are better off eating fiber-rich food before you lose your control. You get drunk so quickly because you drink fast when you are hungry. rotate the bad routine, okay? Yeah, you eat first and drink second. It's good completely to stop drinking. If you can't live without an alcohol, such enriched food as beans, vegetables, oatmeal, and fruit can help keep your body feeling satisfied longer and reduce the urge to overdrink before you actually drink. So probably you may want to do that for a change, right? Yeah, in attempt to lose your weight, that's also a good way to eat fiber-rich food. Many people cut out meals in hopes that decrease the number of calories they take in. But the thing is that they are having a hard time controlling hunger. I see some people are skipping lunch to restrict the calories and eat more later in the day, but it just doesn't work. Yeah, I hate the idea. So instead of restricting a calorie intake, you'd rather eat fiber-rich food and then drink a small glass of beer. Then you get addicted to binge eating. All right? Listen, people. I never say stop beer. You can still drink every day, but a small glass of beer is only acceptable. Once you get used to it, for the next step, you gradually reduce the frequency from every day to 4 days a week, once a week, twice a month, and finally, none. Likewise, you do that repetition over the long period of time. As you guys know, habits can be so hard to break again, especially when they involve the food. Many people are getting into the comfortable routines, and even if they promise not to overdrink, even if they swear, they always make an excuse like why they can't promise. Right? And then they end up to overdrink again. People are always like that. It takes time to identify unhealthy old behaviors that lead to overeating and replace them with a new healthy habit. But I promise it's well worth the effort. If you don't have a strong willpower, I wish you good luck. Yeah, it's absolutely matter with your heart. Okay, so here's another ways that you are likely to get trapped by. Especially you gotta be so careful when you go on a trip. I love a trip. Yeah, last week I came back from a Tohoku trip. I visited many roadside stations in Tohoku regions. In Japanese, a roadside station is called Michinoeki. It's a rest area where you can find along roads and highways in Japan. Each one of them has a soft serve ice cream, which different seasonal flavor. That's why I loved trip. I like to stop by each one of the roadside stations from one to another. They are selling a particularly product like a gift, a souvenir at the local. So the one, for example, the one in Akita has dandelion's flavor. Yeah, another one has, I don't know, carrot, edamame, and more. Sometimes it sounds so terrible, but it tastes so good. That's why I love challenging something new. Because of this, I gain pounds. Well, in order to prevent me from weight gain, I reduced to eat a big breakfast though. I mean, something you can always eat everywhere, like rice, bread, pasta, deep fried pork, and anything you can buy at the convenience store. So you can ignore those food when you go on a trip. If you cut out extra calories while you are on a trip, you should be able to be under weight control. So you focus only on something rare, something seasonal, which you can find nowhere else. Same thing as soft serve ice cream though. In my hometown, you can never find the same one with dandelion flavor. It's a particular flavor that you can find only in Akita Prefecture. There is no other place that which you can have the same taste. That's why you should try. Likewise, you have a wide variety of techniques or tricks to reduce a massive calories intake on a daily basis. Look at the Costco. Yeah, they provide you with tons of food at the wholesale price, right? Yeah, you go there and buy necessary food as well. You store and keep them cool in a refrigerator. That's why you go grab something to eat so quickly every time you are hungry. But let's not do that for now. As long as you make your refrigerator empty, you don't want to eat. Yeah, even if you desire, you don't want to eat because your refrigerator is empty. When you go shopping at a local supermarket, don't buy ready to eat side dishes like takoyaki. Yeah, I would have bought a daily dishes like prepared food because I didn't have to cook as well as I could save time cooking. But I kind of stopped it as well. I eat prepared food only a few times a month. I decreased the frequency of eating them again, so my life is getting somewhat better with respect to quantity. Remember, I emphasized don't buy too much, don't fill up too much, and don't finish up eating completely. If you are familiar with these 3 rules, you are a winner. Don't be afraid of challenging over time. I failed myself, I failed many times. Like I said, it's a matter of time and your mentality. If you overcome and beat weight rebounding, then you are a truly winner. Well, I have explained the overall tricks from my personal experiences and some online resources that should be shared with you. Hopefully, I could help you to stop overeating and to gain more self-control when it comes to eating. I'm not an expert on this. I didn't study at school. I don't have a college degree in it. This is all from what I learned from my past, my life, and my favorite Japanese YouTuber Nakata-san. So these ways that I came in with you have helped me so much so far and have been reliable. Myself, I put that in practice. So later, I might want to update my blog about my weight loss on YouTube. That's what I'm planning for my future video. Let's see what happens. Okay. So I'll call it a day here. Thanks for watching today's video as always. I know stopping binge eating has made a big differences in my life. Once I started implementing these things, so I just wanted to share with you, and hopefully this help somebody who needs it as well. Again, thank you so much for watching, and get ready for the next video of mine coming up. Please stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, I see you guys next time. Later.